Okay, hey guys. Today's gonna be a very long review. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so I'm gonna do one now. And it's gonna be a bit of a long one because I'm gonna review the whole Infinity Ultron Marvel Legend wave because I just got them all. Yes, this is my stand for the figures. There they all are. And no, that is not the order they will be in because, to be honest, a lot of them are kind of bad. I'm gonna be doing this from worst to best. Mhm. So let's talk about the worst figure in this line. Miss Marvel is 100% the worst figure in this line. And I've explained everything why. Okay, so barely see it. I have to really go back up here. So basically, I don't. This first of all, I didn't care for Miss Marvel, so this figure does relatively not appeal to me. I only got it because it came with Ultron's body, but it looks good. Except, well, yeah, it looks good. That's the only positive I have about this. Now, the bad stuff. Well, this is a small, uh, female, you know, sculpt, so it's not going to have the best posability. But let's just go over it. So the ball joint up here is limited because of the hair, but it's still able to get out some decent stuff. Also, the ball joint connections, I guess, kind of good. Um, Arm goes out like here, and that's where the arm goes up. Swivel here. Fists can also, of course, swivel and bend like that. Same thing with her accessories, which she only comes with two. Next is her leg posability, which is double knee, and can go up about this far, at least on that leg, and up to about that far with this leg. Now the thigh swivel up here, and finally the foot posability, which going down up doesn't work on this one for some weird reason. Now hard to stare down because this little flap here gets in the main posability, and that's like the main reason I don't like this figure. Like this whole flap thing is just too hard plastic. Like why didn't they use stuff like this? It's not even that hard. Unlike this stuff, which gets the leg joints to go down a little bit. And then like the swivel here, like this ball joint here, just doesn't go down. It can go up, does not go down. And its accessories include one grabby hand, which goes in here, and another fist, but I can't find it because it's in a bin somewhere. It's like in a bin with a bunch of bigger accessories, so like I'm never gonna find it. But yeah, this figure 2 out of 10. Don't recommend. Get it for the body. They're all on sale. This was the most expensive one. Oh, let's move on to the next one. Probably, I think this is the second largest figure in the line. Don't mind them. She-Hulk is definitely a decent figure. It's decent. That's all I'm gonna say. Mainly because this figure doesn't really have any accessories. Like it comes with two. I think these are the right ones. Two pairs of fists, and that's it. So then why don't I put it in the same ranking as Miss Marvel? Well, this figure is better actually because this is really limited because of the long hair, but this can go this far up and it can go actually down. Arms can go this far. I should probably do it on the other arm. You go about this far and swivel here and look at this way. really? Wow. Okay. Double. Oh, double elbow. That's impressive. And then the swivel here, joint there. No way swivel, even though they could easily have done that. Up here, go out this far, swivel at the thigh, and double jointed knees, and then the feet actually work on this foot, which make this figure amazing and a little bit better than Miss Marvel. All right, now we move on to the next figure. This figure, this is, I think this has the same amount of posability as Miss Marvel, if I'm correct. But the reason this figure goes up higher than her and She-Hulk is because she comes with accessories and is actually like good. It's a good figure. Comes with accessories, and that's what I finally like. I like figures that come with accessories and relatively look good. Miss Marvel and She-Hulk, they look fine. They're okay. They don't really look all that well though. But this figure works really well. Looks, feels, and relatively doesn't seem to have any bad signs. This is Sharon Carter. And this is from what was it? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is getting the posability. So we can look down this far and look up not at all. Look down though, that's good. Arms can go here, swivel. Not even right here, specifically right here. And then of course a swivel, and then the joints right here. Swivel here. This is also removable if I'm correct. Both of these are. I'm pretty sure this part doesn't really have a backside to it because it looks like it does. I have like Miles Morales goes the same thing. These are ball joints if I'm correct. They're not the weird. Yep, they're ball joints. Swivel at the thigh, and then a double. It's kind of hard when you're looking at a phone screen while doing this. There we go. Then swivel at the boot. Well, that's actually kind of tight. And then the basic feet. Yeah, so this is just like a basic figure. Now the accessories, well, they're good. Fists, just some average fists. Not really much I can do with that. But goes with a baton, if I'm correct. This is a baton, I'm pretty sure. And this really weird knife. I'm not too sure if this is special or they just didn't paint it. There. Baton. Which I actually really like this baton. And then this really flimsy knife. I have a better knife. I think I have two better knives. Or one better knife, one of the two. So, okay, figure better than She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. How can I do that? Okay, so to prevent myself from doing this, I'm gonna remove this little white part right here that you're seeing. Alright, once I can get this set up properly. Was this part? This is a piece of the Oculus, by the way. Yes, I'm using my Oculus stand for this. I'll even use the Oculus. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I don't do that. Alright, next figure. Kate Bishop. Now we're starting to get into the, top 5 now? So, Kate Bishop is probably the best female figure in this line because it has some of the best posability for a female mold. This is from Hawkeye, by the way. I think it's Hawkeye and Bishop, something like that. I forgot. But the posability on this is a really good side to side. Down and up. Oh my goodness. Now here's something I didn't realize for a while. butterfly joints. That's a first. Can do that all the way around. Can go out this far. Swivel here. Double. Yes, double. And then basic hand stuff. No waist swivel, surprisingly. Look at that nice seam line there. Nope, no waist swivel, but it does have pretty good. Actually, this is like kind of tight. Right here, ball joint thing. I forgot what they're called. Arcing back and like whatever it is. If I swivel here, leg can go out this far. Double jointed knees, and of course, basic foot positions. Now, this figure comes with no fists, but it does come with 2 grabby hands and 2 relaxed hands. And, of course, probably the main reason, the main accessory, the bow. It's actually a really good bow. I like this bow. It's not bad. And the figure isn't even that bad either. The figure is surprisingly good. Alright, now we move on to the next figure. Next is Mr. Knight. And this is actually a really good figure. This would be higher on the list. It would have beat Hawkeye. Yes, Hawkeye's next. This would have beat Hawkeye if it didn't have this. I know a lot of people modify it so it doesn't have that, but I don't do that. I'm not one to do that. So I'm just going to keep it. And this is a really decent figure. Good figure. I don't really know what to say. He doesn't seem painted, but he is Mr. Knight. He doesn't really need to be that painted. He is just all white. And he comes with his excellent, why is this here? Excellent detailed battens. These are probably, these are really good. And he also does come with this. But like, I'm going to have him with the battens. So, but these are really good. Beautifully detailed. Look at that. Where's the camera? Hold on. Let me get so I can focus. Alright, here. Let me. I've been trying for a while. It's not working. But, yeah, these are really good battens. Really good accessories. Easily top 4. Because he literally is a top 4. He's the 4th one. Alright, now we move on to what I said earlier, Hawkeye. I think he comes with probably the most accessories in this whole line. And this figure, for a pretty mediocre character, I don't care for Hawkeye. He's not the best. But he comes with some of the, like, I don't know. He comes with the best accessories in this line. He definitely comes with that. But he's also one of the best posability figures. Like, he's better than Moon Knight in posability. But not just, like, better all overall. So, let me place on his arch back. Yes, might as well get into accessories. He has this, of course. And he comes with, where are they? 2 fists, obviously. And his excellent bow. Wait, this isn't his bow. This bow. That was Kate Bishop's bow. Now this is a good bow, I'd say. Wow. Alright, so here it is, and this is just like all in all, a really good figure. His bow looks really good. His posability is amazing, which I might as well get into that too. I gotta get rid of all that so I can get better into his posability. So, he has a ball joint with, just the basic stuff. But he also has, not many figures can do this, neck posability. There's only one other figure I own that can do that, and that's Null. And Hawkeye has it, of all characters that have it after Null. Anyways, he can arc his joints, butterfly joints. Man, it took me a bit. Can go down this far, arc him back. Then he can move his legs up this far, this out, swivel the thigh, double jointed knees, and basic foot rotation. Oh, and basic hand rotation too. I didn't even review these, didn't I? Arm can go out this far, swivel at the arm, double jointed, and then just basic hand stuff. So, yep, this figure is also really good for such a mediocre character. And now, probably the second best figure in this entire line, which not a lot of you probably believe in me, is the Build-A-Figure itself. Infinity Ultron, which is probably one of the longest review out of all of them. So, here he is. This is the Build-A-Figure that you get when you get them all. And there are some things that his posability is what brings him down, like, a lot. He looks really good. Like, he looks almost accurate. He looks almost 100% accurate. Almost, though. But relatively, he's an amazing figure. What can I say? Now, let's really get into his posability. Let's remove his cape. Yes, this is removable. And now let's get into the looks. So, of course, this figure, it looks amazing, like I just said. Got the perfect Fruity Pebbles right on his chest. Or what Marvel fan would say. Well, is this the right order? I'm not too sure, but we got the Time Stone. I'm pretty sure this is the space, the power, the soul, the reality. This is reality, this is soul, and this is the Mind Stone. Because it's up in his mind. I'm probably the first ever person to notice that. Now I want to get into the negatives. First, his arm. Oh, wait. Never mind. Well, that's a negative. That's a negative gone. His arm. This doesn't really bother his arm posability all that much. They seem to be a nice bendable plastic. Alright, well, that's one negative out of the way. But his arcing back's really good. It's just too bad that his ab crunch isn't good because this is in the way, this little plate here. So, like, stops it, and that's not good. No waist swivel when they easily could have done one. They did do up here, which is, I guess, nice. Just go out and say that his back arm isn't that good, because if you move up too far, this joint starts to, like, bend the plastic right here. Speaking from experience, because that's literally what happened when I first got the arm. And relatively, his head is really tight on his ball joint. Like, a creepy, like, really weirdly tight. It's concerns me a lot. Let me make that joke thing I did in the post. I'm not too sure if you did see that. Infinity Ultron, or Infinity Hawkeye. Hawkeye's joint fits better. His socket fits better. This doesn't. Got pushed down on that one. I mean, that's good that you want to push down, so it's really secure, but it's just like, I'm not a big fan of that. let's get into his accessory. My javelin, I'm pretty sure it's called, came in a little bent, but it's not too big of an issue. But he does not hold the javelin that well. At least not on my copy. His grip isn't. He's not that really that grippy. I think I like it. Just it's also like weighs down his hand too. I wish they just like. I wish he had a sword instead. I mean, don't. It's not accurate. But like, I wish Disney decided to just go, or Marvel should just went with a sword. I mean, don't get me wrong. The javelin's really cool and all, but sword would have been cooler. Now, of course, this figure is still really good, mind its issues. Its posability is still really decent, but let's take a look at his javelin a little better. Let's make sure it focuses this time. Or just not focus. Come on. There we go. That works good enough. So, of course, the javelin's a little bent up here. Not too sure if that's just mine or everyone else's. But, yeah, this is pretty good. Has a swivel here and a swivel here. I'm not too sure. Well, of course, this needs to, needs to go in, but I don't really know why they made it this too. This part is somewhat fine, I guess. This part really isn't, though. Can't bend it back into place either. Javelin's good. Now let's get into the posability of the actual Build-A-Figure. He can move up. He can move his head up this far, so he can meow, and he can move his head down that far, which is creepily. Next, he can move his arm out this far, swivel at the bicep, and a double jointed arm. Swivel at his wrist. Of course, I just had the ball joint here. Sides is really limited. He can go out this far, swivel at his thigh, double jointed knee, and basic foot rotation. He's not like a big boy. He still is like a basic mold, but he still is really good. Now, of course, there's only one more figure that I haven't reviewed yet. And it's definitely by far the best figure in this whole line. And that goes to our boy Moon Knight. Moon Knight is by far the best figure in this line. He has really good posability, decent accessories, but I just relatively love this figure. It's probably the funnest to play with. Infinity Ultron's definitely more for the show I have it, more than for playing around with it. So here's his accessory, for his vest, and then his. There's only really two problems I have with this figure, and that's the cut off here that breaks the sculpt, and well, I have to specifically break this in half. Yes, these come in two. I don't recommend to put these together. He just doesn't hold it as well. Just have them separate. In the show, he pulls these off his chest. That's a pretty big size difference. Anyways, you can get him to hold it in two ways. Is this the part with the peg? Yeah, it is. Let me get the no, wait, what? This is the one. Do they both have pegs? No, this one just feels like it does. So you can get them to hold it like this, if I'm correct. Yep, you can get them to hold it like this, or how I like to do it. I like to get him to hold it like this, so he looks like he's about to throw it. And that's about it. Now his posability is amazing. Not the best in the line, but really good. Now you can move his head up this far, remove his cape real quick. He can kind of get up higher. Can go down. Not a lot, but can still do it. No waist swivel, surprisingly. But he has an arcing back, which doesn't get limited by his little slab there. And an arcing back, which isn't really that limited. So arms can go up this far, swivel at his bicep, and then a double elbow, and then jointed hands at the side, unlike these ones, which are basic fists. He can move his leg out this far. He can move not that far back, and it isn't limited by a little flap here, unlike this. Well, this marble is like all around. No waist swivel, even though they easily could have done one. Thigh rotation, double knee, and foot, basic foot stuff. Now these figures are really good. All of them, well, not Miss Marvel. Almost all of them are really good. It's just too bad that a lot of them do suck relatively. Oh, and there is one more figure. I forgot about this one. I did already show him earlier, but he's definitely the best one in the thing. Infinity Hawkeye. He is definitely the best figure in this line. Now he has everything Infinity Ultron does, but he does come with some separate stuff. He comes with his his bow. If I can get into his hand, there's his bow. Looks really good, and his arrow holder. And here we and he dropped his bow and whatever. And here we have Infinity Hawkeye. Definitely the best figure in this line. It's just so accurate. Like the posability is not as good, but he still is probably the best figure. He's my favorite one. Best figure. Might as well go over it. No, I'm not gonna go over it again. I just basically did it. He's exclusive to the Walgreens. He's exclusive to Walgreens. And yeah, that's all I need to say. Recommend to pick up this figure. You can pick up the other ones. I really recommend to pick up this figure, though. Probably the best one in the line. Next, we have Moon Hawkeye, or Hawk Knight. He is also a really good figure. He has all the posability of Moon Knight, but it's just he's Hawkeye in the costume, so you know he's just better relatively. Anything with Hawkeye is better. Amazing figure. Now let's move on to the final figure of the line. This is easily probably the most expensive figure in the line, sadly. Probably the really hardest one to find, too. Okay. I'll see you in the next video.